Miles of blacktop, old turnpike moon. She done a coffee, neon checkout soon. Stack of old posters buzzing in my head. Chasing that pile from the crowd and the band. We got stories in the scars, highlights on cars. Every mile another match, another broken glass star. It's a wrestling road trip after hours. Oh yeah, riding with legends through the night. News, interviews, and power. Turn it up, let the ring ropes light. Teddy in the front seat, Mac on the mic so loud. It's a wrestling road trip after hours. Going live for the hardcore crowd.
Boom shakalaka. Here we are another Wednesday night. Myself and, of course, WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long with Road Trip After Hours. Teddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man, and we want to welcome everybody back. We wasn't here last week, unfortunately, but we are this week, so welcome back.
Yeah, my bad. I had to be somewhere, and I just couldn't do it. There was no way. We did put up though a special episode of a past interview that we did with Godfather. If you didn't get a chance to see that, I watched it back while I was on the plane, and I still like that interview. And so if you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch that one as well as many others that we have on there. But yeah, it just couldn't be helped this week though. It's good to be back. I'm a little bit kind of rough in my voice here, Teddy, so forgive me for that. And if I start in a cough attack, I'm just mute my mic and you take over because I've still been coughing all day.
Well,
Let me ask you something, Teddy. When it comes to wrestling today, and yeah, I'm looking through the news, and there's not a lot of super big news really to talk about, but I'm curious when it comes to wrestling today. You watched the product. I know recently you watched one of these programs that's out there, and you didn't seem too taken with it at all. What do you think's happened with wrestling today, and what do we need to do to fix it to make it more of that entertaining product that we used to get many years ago?
well, what I think some people have just taken it for granted. You know what I mean? Some people have just taken what started how many whatever years ago is now just like it's something to play with it. They don't take it serious. You know what I mean? And that's what I see. But I take this very serious. That's why whenever I walked out on TV and did what I did, I took it serious. That was my job, and that's what I was supposed to do. But I watched some matches the other night. Guys don't want to sell. That's the big main part of it is selling. Selling is what makes the people believe in you. If you don't sell, you know what I mean. You really, I don't know what to say, man. But it's just changed. And like I said, there are a lot of guys that are still in our business that know how this works. I don't understand why they won't put that out there and tell these guys exactly how this works. They're there, they know. So I just don't know.
And I think part of it is, Teddy, and we talked about this before on the show, is that I think a lot of the younger talent almost feel like they pretty much know what they need to do and that they don't need the help of the older guys. Man, what a big mistake.
And they
Big,
make
big
and
mistake.
sometimes and when you go back sometime, a lot of them, they make you feel that way too, because they won't even speak to you. They'll
Oh,
just
yeah.
walk right by you like they never saw you. And so yeah, that's another thing too. That you're right about that. A lot of them think that they already know it. They don't need no help. What do you know? If you knew anything, you'd still be here. All that,
Yep.
they don't
Yeah.
get it.
No, and it's sad, and I see it from time to time in places that we go, and Teddy and I, or by myself, in our travels. And it's unfortunate when you see that because you see so much talent in some of these guys. You're like, if you would just open your damn ears, you could be so much better than you are right now. You think you're the shit now, but you're really not the shit. The shit's when after you sit around with one of these old vets who can make you get even better in that ring, better than even you think you can be. And
And
that
and
is,
that and that's why I'm glad I had the opportunity to talk with Big Nasty Glenn. You know, golly,
yes,
what a great guy he is, and knows how to cut promos. Does a good job on his promos. He knows how to involve himself in other activities outside the ring to make money. So he understands this. He's getting it, and I just hopefully one day that somebody really calls him up and gives him a chance because he certainly does deserve one. He's a great worker and a great guy.
yeah, he knows how to entertain the fans. It's not all about the wrestling ring and the moves that you do or the flips and the jumps and all the other crazy shit. He has a character. So when you see him, you believe him. And that is what's so good about it. And a lot of people who don't know who Big Nasty is, you need to pull him up. Watch his promos. If you're a promotion anywhere in the United States and you're looking for talent for somebody who has fire on the stick, Big Nasty is one of those guys. We had the opportunity to work with him, and what he did before we went to St. Louis was just phenomenal. And you're right, Ted.
Yes.
I love seeing talent like that, talent you
Well,
can get really hyped on.
and since we're bringing this up, I wanted to. I spoke with you the other night about this. I know you're doing some stuff with the Juggalo guys, wrestling
Juggalo,
Juggalo,
yeah,
Juggalo,
Juggalo.
or whatever they are. And I saw something on there where you was involved in one of the skits that they were doing, and where you slapped this guy, and then they jumped you. And the only thing I didn't like about that, because they didn't explain who Mac Davis is. A lot of people, just know Mac Davis from the podcast or what me and you do.
Yeah,
Mac Davis was a great independent wrestler. I mean, a tough competitor in the ring. So what I wanted to do is do this for a lot of you people that don't know. I told Mac, I said, get some matches together, and we're gonna run them and show a little bit so you guys will know who Mac Davis is. He just ain't a podcaster guy. He's a guy that was tough in the ring. And the way that they did that, I just didn't like the way it was done. It should have been done better. You know what I mean? So Mac, if you got some video, I want you to roll that and let the people know who Mac Davis is.
I will. And by the way, JCW, keep watching. There are things that'll come up along the way. But the input like Teddy's is always. Look here. He called me over the weekend. That's how much he cares about what's happening with me right now. And I appreciate that. Here's a video I put together just recently, kind of give you an idea of what I did in the past.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Tape on my wrist, like paper and prayer. Boots on the bench, I lace up in there. Old scars know my name, they call me back in. One more night, one more place to begin. The mirror don't lie, but it don't decide. I still hear the crowd like a fire inside. Hands get cold, hearts get loud. If this is the end, then I walk it proud. One more round, I still get up when I hit the ground. Hear me now, I won't go quiet, I won't back down. One more round, one more round, this old heart still pounding out. Towels on the hook, black and gold on the wall. Every bruise in my body still answers the call. Yeah, kid in the front row with my name in his face. I see myself there at the edge of the blaze. The room goes still when I step through the heart still pounding now. If I fall tonight, let it be in the fire. Not on my knees, not with my desire. I wore the years, I wore them true. Now watch me stand for me, for you. One more round, I still get up when I hit the ground. Hear me now, hear me now. I won't go quiet, I won't back down. One more round. This old heart's still pounding now. One more round till the last bell pulls me down.
So if you didn't know, now you know. Teddy?
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, the Steel Scorpion. A lot of guys probably now they know that didn't know that knew you, but didn't even know that you were the Steel Scorpion.
I'm going to tell you something, Teddy, and this is the honest truth. There are guys in JCW who were surprised. They're like, "You used to wrestle?" They had no idea. They just thought I was the backstage guy, and which is really cool, though. But there's some things that are coming up that I think Teddy is going to enjoy, and some things along the way. Ears were open, and so that's a good thing. And Teddy, I certainly appreciate when you called this weekend because, man, I needed to hear something.
All right.
You called it just the right time, brother. I'm telling you.
Fucking, it pissed me off. That's why I called you. I'm like, come on, dude, come on. You know better than that.
All right, guys, we see you in the room. If you want to be a part of the show, it's all the super chat. All you have to do is drop us not a super chat. Forgive me for saying that. I'm used to saying that on another show. This is free. Don't run. It's free. You can do this just simply by leaving us a comment in the comment section. We'll throw it up on the screen, and you become part of the show. So let's open up that mailbag.
Letters, oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh, boy.
Mailman, mail today.
And of course, the great thing about when we do over the letters and your comments, which again is absolutely free, you have a chance to win one of these beautiful Road Trip After Hours ball caps. These things I really like. They're lightweight for the summer. Man, they feel good. I'm telling you, I went outside with it the other day. I got one myself, and it's not like some of the other ball caps where you sweat. Teddy, you know what I'm talking about. When you put a hat on a bald head and it's hot outside, you'll catch sweat all up in that hat and on your head. And you have to take it off and you just wipe off all that, like just tons of nasty sweat. These hats are cool and they breathe. So, guys, it's a fantastic hat. And Teddy will pick that simply by the best question of the night. So, again, don't just say hello, ask a question at the same time and have a chance to win a free ball cap tonight. All right, Teddy, let's see. First of all, Zach Minger is in the room. And, of course, he's going to tell us what day it is. And it's National Grape Popsicle Day. Did you like popsicles as a kid, Teddy?
Yeah, that's all I was able to afford was a popsicle.
I remember first of all, the banana popsicle was my favorite. I know a lot of people like the grape, but banana was my favorite.
I love the dreamsicle.
Oh yeah, the vanilla and the orange sherbet. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh man, Seal Test, which it was a brand in the Southeast at one time. Seal Test used to make the orange sherbet and vanilla ice cream, and I would get a bowl of that and mix it together and get that creamsicle kind of, oh yeah, oh that was good stuff. But I also remember the ice cream trucks. You don't see those anymore either.
No.
You know, you used to come around the neighborhood, you chase the ice cream man down when you heard the bells ringing 2 blocks away. You're ready to go get something. Let's see, Madman Mick in the room. Man, it's good to see you in here, brother. Saying good evening, Mac and Teddy. Hope you guys are doing well tonight, and we are, and I'm sure you're feeling just about as good as we are, Madman Mac. I mean, Madman Mac. Mick.
What are you doing?
Wow. I'm telling you, I'm on cold medicine, man. I'm like in another world right now. SICW Wrestling saying hello to the great ones. Hey, guys, we appreciate you guys, and I hope you know that.
Oh, yeah, man. Big shout out to Herb Simmons over there at SICW doing a great job with the promotion. And I'm just glad to be able to have him out anytime I can. Thank you, Herb.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Ellen's in the room saying, hey, guys, Buddy and I missed you too last week. Actually, she reached out to me today, Teddy, to make sure we were going to be on the air tonight. There were a lot of people. I'm not going to lie to you. Last week, my phone was blowing up with people going, is the show on? Where are you guys? I started getting that, and I'm like, I thought I put enough messages out there, but I'm sorry. That was my fault. Chad Driggers is in the room saying, good evening, my favorite fellows. Much love. Back at you, brother. Good to see you in here.
Good to see you, Chad.
And let's see, Medman Mick. I got it right that time. He says, I'd love to have a good smoke with the Godfather someday. I always got to tell this story when somebody says this, but there was a time, Mick, where I went to Jacksonville, Florida with Teddy for a convention. And Teddy went off with Godfather, and then he decided to hit I think that was a dab, wasn't it, Teddy? Is that what that was, a dab? So he's dabbing with whatever the Godfather had. We have to shoot a piece for the show. So he comes back around the corner after just hitting that dab. And as we're talking, he has got his back to the camera. Doesn't even know where he's looking. He's in another world somewhere. The funniest thing I've ever seen. And then he even admitted he couldn't even tell you what town he was in for a little while. It was hilarious. That's on the, by the way, you can find that also on some of the other videos.
I was in Dab World.
Yeah, man, you were. It reminded me of the time we went to Texas, and you gave me a gummy that somebody had passed to you, and I tried the gummy, and I sat there in that chair for an hour just kind of smiling. It's like, Jesus. Oh, God. Let's see. SICW Wrestling. How do you rate our organization? You have witnessed it in a few years now. What can we do better? Teddy?
Well, I don't know. I really haven't seen, a whole lot of it, and I haven't seen anything where you're doing anything wrong. I mean, if you're not having any complaints, if still the fans are coming out supporting you and everything, then you must be doing something right. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and I'll say this too, quite honestly, in the last year, the graphics for SICW, the promotional material that you're using is a step above where it had been before. Not that it was bad. It's just the progress that you've made in the last year, even for that, it catches my eye. I've seen some great stuff out there because I do watch the page and I watch the graphics you're using because it's kind of what I do. But I don't do it for you guys. But what I'm saying is that it's really good and it makes the organization look that much bigger. So whoever's doing all that, Herb, and whoever, we're talking to right now, you need to make sure that person stays on top of things and you don't lose them because they're doing a great job. Let's see. Pretty classy lady going, holla, holla, holla. Good
Holla,
to see you, pretty.
holla back at you.
Skrilla the Great. Hey, good to see you in here, man. Just coming.
All right. Skrilla. Yeah, my man.
You guys. Yeah, man, he's one of those guys. We've talked about him before that on the indies is so good. It's so good. And sometimes people don't get opportunities, and it frustrates the hell out of me. I mean, look at me, Teddy. I'm 62 years old and I'm getting an opportunity finally at 62 years old. But, look, there are guys out there who've got the talent. They just need somebody to push them up that ladder and get them seen by the right people. And sometimes you can't because it's all about politics. Let's see who else do we have here. Mick saying sounds dumb, but facials matter too as far as selling. Sometimes just the look on someone's face can get a point across in the ring.
Exactly.
Yep. And let me tell you where that's really important. When you've got to do that, imagine the people who are wearing masks and all they have are their eyes. Now they've got to use those eyes and maybe a little head tilt or whatever just to give them the things. They're even having to work harder to use, expressions to get their points across. So, yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point. Chad saying if a baby isn't selling, they lose everyone in the building. Just ask Ricky Morton or Robert Gibson.
There you go.
Yeah, look here. If you're a tag team, especially, and you're not studying Rock and Roll Express and how they work the crowds, man, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right. And not only that, the Midnight Express, there's another team there too you can study too. These guys were great.
Teddy, I think we've probably talked about this recently, and I'll just bring it up real briefly, but it frustrates me not to see tag teams like we had back in the day. We get tag teams that are put together, this star and we'll put them together and we'll call them something funny and let them run for a while. Back in the day, that's not how it was done. You had a tag team. You had the Steiners. They were always together. You had the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, whatever you want to call them. They were always together. Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express. These teams don't exist anymore, Teddy.
No, well, there are some out there that just the people don't display them. They don't put them out there. There's some teams around now that are just probably maybe not just as good, but I mean, I'm saying they're as good as the Rock and Roll were. Maybe not as good as they were, but they can fit in. But like I said, they can't do nothing unless creative uses them right. So if they're not using them right, then what are you going to do?
McMahon wasn't a big fan of tag team wrestling, was he? I've always heard that he wasn't a big fan of it.
Well, I heard that too, but Vince was always a fan of what works.
So at the time, the fans just weren't buying into the tag team. So
Right.
so he's got to go with.
But he did a lot of things too that he didn't like, but the fans liked it. It had to grow on him. Sometimes
Yeah.
Vince will let stuff grow and then he'll see. But he didn't waste time. You know what I mean? If it didn't get over at a certain length of time, then he'd move on to something else.
All right, let's see. We have it didn't come up on the screen. Let's try that again. There we go. Michael saying, good evening, gentlemen. Hey, Teddy, what was it like working with Sheamus?
I never did really work close with Sheamus. I'd see him at TV and maybe speak or something to him, but I was never, I never was close to Sheamus.
Yeah, did you work with him much in the ring at all? Did you ever have a promo or anything with him?
No.
He comes across like he'd probably be a kind of a cool guy in the back, maybe even funny in the back. But I haven't seen him in a long time. I think that he's used very sparingly now. And if he is being used, I don't even know where it is, which is sad in itself. But yeah, Mick is saying, through the last few weeks, I am discovering that Mac was a great wrestler. I always put him over on my channel, no matter what. Professional and one of the best in the business. Love this promo. Hey, man, I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I really do. And I've gotten some of your messages, Mick, and it means a lot to know that. Chad, Mac Davis was a serious deal. I love rewatching his matches. Thank you, Chad. God, there you go, Teddy. Let's see what else we got here. Mick saying, I have to ask if you hurt your ankle or knee dropping from the cage. Looked like it hurt. That's selling. That's selling, brother. All the way through. Let's see. Also, we have Snow Cloud Quicksilver saying good evening. Sorry, my eyes are kind of. Let's see. Skrilla the Great saying one more round. Let's go. Man, you never know, Skrilla. You never know, brother. And we have Patrick Gallagher saying, has Teddy worked with Vince Russo in the wrestling business? I think that's what he's asking. Yeah, you never crossed, did you?
Only time I worked when he was around was when I first went to New York in '98. I was a referee, and I think he was there then.
Yeah, he was probably just in the probably just writing the magazine at that point.
He was with the right. He's with Created then, I believe. But other than that, I never worked with him at all.
All right, Dave Crone is saying, "Well, up, gentlemen, I'm still buzzing from Fan Fest 4. Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. We say this every year too. Our favorite show. Connor Beals going whoop whoop, and I love this, Teddy. The clowns in JCW, go and watch, and the Juggalos. One person in the building, one person can go whoop whoop, and the entire place goes whoop whoop. It doesn't matter. You can go in there and do it 20 times in a row. They're going to do it 20 times in a row. These are dedicated fans in JCW. Also, we have, let's see, Money Mac. Hey, man. Hello, all coming from the Bay Area and San Francisco, California. How are you, players? It's been a while, too. I haven't been able to say that in a while. Michael is also saying, Mac, what was your finishing move? It was a couple of different things over the years, but the spear became the really the one that I was using for a long time towards the end because that's kind of what just jamming up my neck. It didn't help at all. So being straight. Let's see. We also have man, we got a lot of you guys popping in here. We appreciate that. Chad Mac was an honorary good brother with my pals Gallows and Anderson. Teddy was there for that. Teddy
That's
was in the
right.
building. We
Warner
actually,
Robbins.
yeah, Teddy, that was about the time I think that you and I actually decided to do the podcast, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, right along and around that time.
Yeah, I think it was. I think because we started talking, man, we need to do something, and look where we are years later now. Mick saying, I'd love a hat, and I'd wear it on my channel to promote sometimes when I make videos. And Mick, I know you would. I have no doubt you would wear that hat. But it's all up to Teddy. I'm gonna put it all on him. Dave Crone, Teddy, how long did it take you to be able to tell the skyscrapers were really whooping those jobbers, or did you tell them? I heard you
No, what?
yelling, "Get them!"
Yeah, no, we knew it right away because we was having problems with them in the back when they was trying to go over the match.
Yeah.
So they was trying to, lay the match out, and these guys it was not. It was only that one guy, and he just wasn't paying attention and like, oh, I got it. I'll see you guys out there, and that kind of attitude. So yeah, we knew right away.
All right, what else we got here? We got Chad asking Teddy, how much did you enjoy being a ref? I grew up on Crockett and saw you as a kid when you broke in. I loved you as a ref almost as much as a GM or the manager.
Well, I enjoyed, everything that I did. I enjoyed it because I wanted to give it, 100%. And I'm glad I started out as a referee because you get a chance to learn so much in the ring when you're a referee. You're in there with all different wrestlers. You learn their ways, their moves. It's just so much you can learn, man. You can soak up a lot of information when you're a referee. And that's the way too I learned a lot too by being a referee.
Yeah, because you weren't smartened up in the beginning of being a referee. I remember you telling me that they had not smartened you up in your very first match.
My first match was at around 7 o'clock that night. The Louise Manning, the promoter, she come to me. She said, Teddy Long, we don't have no referee tonight. We don't know where the ref is. She says you're gonna have to referee. Says I'm sending somebody down to the varsity to get you a shirt right now. And that's how it was. They brought the shirt back, gave me the shirt, and I said, well, what do you want me to do? And she looks at me and she says, oh, the guys will talk to you. They'll take care of you. Go ahead. And that was it.
And this is the one where they had they were bleeding
Oh,
everywhere.
brother, they had this. It was a Texas death match. It was Black Bart and Ron Bass. God rest their souls. And brother, they were bleeding all over the place. And I'm not smart. I don't know. So I jump out of the ring and I leave them. Okay, and I'm getting out of there, and then I could hear Charlie McGowan, rest his soul. He's the bell ringer. Then he's screaming at me, "Get back in the ring! Get back in the ring!" And brother, I don't know what to do. I know I'm seeing blood everywhere. I think these guys are killing themselves. So it was just too much. I was scared to death, and I got back in the ring, and I said to myself, I said, well, I know I'm pretty much done. I know this is my last night. And but it was so happened. God works in mysterious ways. Till at the end of the match, there, Charlie rang the bell too quick, and he screwed the finish up, and they got so mad at him till they forgot about me.
You gotta love that.
Oh yeah, man. That's how that happened.
I was talking about the ice cream trucks a while ago, and Patrick Gallagher saying, hell, he remembers having ice cream on the bike.
Yeah,
I didn't have that. Now we had milk delivered to us still when I was a kid, even.
I had the little things, man, when I was growing up in Birmingham, the little carts where you sold ice cream, you pushed them around yourselves. But you could go to, I forget the name of the company now, but you could go there and they would let you get one of these out. You'd rent it, or I don't remember how we got it. But anyway, it would be filled with ice cream, but you could go there, get one, and you sold your ice cream, but you made money too. But they had the little carts, but some of them you would push and some of them you could pedal.
That's pretty cool. They ought to still be doing that nowadays. They might make a ton of money. Martin's daddy is saying, what up, Mac and Teddy?
Hey, what up with you, player?
Same thing with Curly Man. Good to see you, Curly Man. And also, Mick, those dabs will get you. Yeah, yeah, man. And the SICW was Herb. Yeah, Herb, the graphics and stuff, and there's been a way kick above, and I like the presentation. And by the way, you can catch SICW on Sunday nights. They go live on YouTube with a new show every week, and it's something that I think you would enjoy as well. Let's see. We also have Mijon Smith saying, "Hey, Teddy and Mac."
Hey, that's it, my man. He's a great guy. I had the opportunity to work with his company back last year, I believe it was. But anyway, had a great time with him. Enjoyed working with him and his son, and what a nice guy.
And let's see, Brian Ferguson asking if we're going to be at the CAC this year. Would love to see us. I haven't been to the Collie Hour Club yet. I haven't been there yet. And honestly, this year I'm booked, so there's no way I could. But
They never invited me.
well, then there you go. You know how to get in touch with him now.
No,
Also,
I'm not getting in touch with nobody.
Ms. John Smith saying Ring Psychology Masters Demolition. All right, let me ask you a question, Teddy. Demolition or Ring Warriors? I mean, Road Warriors. I'm a Southern boy. I'm gonna save you here, and you can think about it, and so I can take a little bit of heat off of you if I think I know where you're
No,
going.
no, I'm gonna say it. It had to be the Road Warriors.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but they were the first ones to me, and there's nothing against the other guys. It's just that Demolition to me was a knockoff of the Road Warriors. I don't care what anybody says. It is what it is. The Road Warriors were the one and only originals, and when you got to pick between the two, there's no doubt I'm going with those guys because the Road Warriors were in the South. They were gods down here. I mean, Teddy, you've been around them. You've seen the crowds. These guys, every time they came out, crowds went crazy.
Oh, I worked with them. So, yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. Mark Charles saying, hello, boys. Good to see you. Love you both. Hey, man, it's always good to see you in the room here, Mark. And I know you're staying busy with some of that reffing. They ought to get you involved in that reffing match next year. Because as I understand it, JBL and Big Nasty, maybe round 2, Teddy, is that right?
Well, yeah, that's set for next year's Fan Fest, the single, the JBL one-on-one with Big Nasty Glenn.
Let's see. Chad saying, sad to see the tag teams decline. The 80s were so good. Arn and Tully were my favorites. Nowadays, it's Gallows and Anderson, but WWE fumbled these guys, so they're killing it on the indies. I'm going to tell you something, and I remember having a conversation with Gallows. I think we were in the car going to get a tire for a trailer or something. And I knew he had those options at one time between AEW and WWE. And I made the comment, wouldn't it be fun just go somewhere where you can kind of do what you want to do without being held back, even though the money may not be as much or whatever. And he ended up still going to WWE. I wish I would have seen what they could have done with them in AEW. There may have been, I think they would have been hugely over in AEW. But they were being held back as far as I can tell in WWE. Teddy, did you ever feel that way with those guys?
No, not really. I just, like I said, they were always superior to me. The superior tag team, because I mean, like I said, I had a chance to work with them when they first started. And when they got with Paul Ellering and all that stuff. So yeah, I just don't see anybody outdoing them.
Hey, I got a chance to interview Paul Ellering, which I enjoyed. I'd never met Paul until we were in St. Louis, and I had a chance to interview him for the Hall of Fame there. And really nice guy, super nice guy. Got another question in here, Teddy. Mike is asking, how often would you interact with Ted Turner during your days in WCW?
I only met Ted Turner, I think maybe twice. I think the first time I met Ted Turner is back when I was managing Mark Merrow when he was Johnny B. Bad. And Dusty brought us out. He wanted Ted Turner to see the new gimmick. And Dusty got me and Johnny and brought us down. And Ted was there and Jane Fonda, his wife. And so we had a chance to meet Ted right there. And then I met him another time somewhere when the CNN Center, when they had the offices, WCW in the CNN Center there, I met him on the elevator, escalator, something coming up or down. But I did have a chance to talk, speak to him a couple of times. I think I got pictures here at the house too with Ted.
How was Jane looking?
Oh, she was nice lady, man. Jane,
No, I said, how was she looking?
What do you mean? How was she
Yeah,
looking?
she was a very attractive woman at one time. So during this time, was this when she was doing her aerobics and everything? Because she was a beautiful woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she looked great, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say too. She looked like to me. I've seen her reach. She doesn't age.
No, no.
Yeah, she still almost looks the same, but she kind of took care of herself too.
Yeah, and you can tell with those that take care of themselves seem to hang on to that youth a little bit longer. Curly Man
Yeah.
asking, what was your favorite workout regimen back in the day, Mac? You looked shredded. I was looking back in the day. I was in the gym probably 5 days a week, and was eating much healthier than I do now. It takes a lot to get in that shape, but I was dedicated to doing that because I've always looked at it as if I'm in this role, I need to fit the part. That's how I always looked at it. You can't just go in there and put on the clothes. You have to look the part. That was always the thing with me. Ms. John Smith, Teddy is asking, what was your favorite promo that you cut as a manager? That's a good question.
Yeah, wow, man, I've cut so many promos. Jesus Christ, I couldn't tell you. But I think the one probably that I really liked is maybe when I was cutting a promo with Undertaker when he was looking for me and I was getting away from him. And I think one night I was cutting this promo, but every once in a while I'd stop and look back and look behind me to see where he was. And that was a pretty long promo too. So I enjoyed all my promos except the ones that I screwed up. And did screw a couple of them up one time, got tongue tied one time.
I remember the one where you came out on stage and you kept trying to say the longest episodic or something like that.
Vince, and that was the word Vince wanted. Episodic. He didn't care nothing about none of the rest of that, but that was the word he wanted me to say. And I swear, as soon as I got to it, episode, I just bro, I was so mad at myself. I didn't know what to do.
And the funny thing is, anybody who has ever been on camera like that, or even if you've had to be recording audio for some reason or another, there are times when a word or something just so stupid you'll stumble over it, and then you can't get it right to save your soul. You almost have to take a break and come back and try it again, because if you keep going, you're just going to laugh your ass through the entire time.
Well, I didn't laugh. I
No,
was
no, I
pissed
bet
off
you.
about it.
No,
And the thing, golly, that was just the word. That one word. That's oh man. But
uh,
the thing about it, Vince was always straight up, and because he knew I didn't get out there and mess up deliberately. So he said to me, he said, Teddy, he said, don't be so hard on yourself. He said, if it happened live, it was meant to be. And
I,
I didn't understand it that night when he told me, but as we further down, I understood, okay, hey, if it happened, ain't nothing I can do. It's meant
nope.
to be.
A wrestling historian, good to see you in here, saying, Mr. Long, you were there with The Undertaker in WCW. Should he have kept the WrestleMania streak intact, or was ending it the right thing for business?
Well, I would say it was the right thing for business. That's what you do anyway. Anytime that whatever ending it is, it was always the right thing for business. And Taker was always going to do the right thing. He was always a great guy to do business with. I mean, super nice. So, they don't come no nicer than him.
Freddie Jack Funkhauser saying, totally agree with you, Teddy Long. Not sure what he's agreeing with you with, but probably everything. So what the hell? That's what we'll say. We'll say it was everything. There's a good question here, but I already know the answer. Sean Vincent saying, Teddy, which was the better payday, Turner or Vince?
Vince.
Good. That was a good question too. Trinity Carter also saying, I finally made it to the podcast. Hope you all have been well. Yeah, Trinity, we appreciate you being here, man. I get a lot of messages during the week now, Teddy. People asking, making sure we're going to be on the air. They'll even send in questions sometimes in advance because they can't make it because they have to work. But they always go back and watch us. And guys, we appreciate that. I want to remind you too, this is absolutely free. But the best thing you can do for Teddy and I, because we do this again for free, if you can just go down below, hit that subscription button, hit the like button, leave a comment in the comment section. It all helps the algorithm, which increases the amount of views and people we can get into the room. So it means a lot. And that's all we ask, is that you just do those things and be a part of the show. Let's see. We also have, I'm trying to get, we're about to run out of time. Freddie Jack Funkhauser saying, I typically ref at least one full show, 8 to 10 matches per month alone. Freddie, Teddy, you know how that feels.
He talking about 8 to 10 matches a month. I do 8 to 10 matches a day.
Yeah.
Okay, that's said when Saturday morning came on, WCW Saturday morning, that was 16 matches I'd done all by myself that whole 2 hours.
I'm surprised that you don't have knee issues, and you don't really have any major issues, do you, Teddy, at all?
Well, I have a little with my back and a little bit. That's kind of all I got now. And I think this comes from me taking bumps and not knowing how to take them.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't know it. Guys, they wouldn't smarten you up because a lot of guys wanted to hurt you or wanted you
Yep.
to hurt yourself. So I took a few bumps and I didn't know how to take them. But, yet, and like I said, when I broke in, it was on the job training. So,
Wolfpack Maine, good to see you in here. It was good to see you last weekend too. Saying Mac and Teddy, whoop whoop. Freddie Jack saying glad I finally caught a podcast as well, and we're glad you could as well. And Chad is
thank you,
saying,
Freddie Jack.
imagine if you your first match was Abdullah versus Brody or Dusty. Talk about blood. Yeah, that would be a murder scene.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to talk to Austin Idol there and in St. Louis when we were there, and me and him reminisced over some of the old matches him and Abby had. And I remember one time me and Abdullah, I was with Abdullah, I was supposed to have been his manager then, and we went to Birmingham, Alabama. It was an indie show. And first thing we got, Austin went right to Abby and told him, Abby, don't take it easy. Don't grab my hair. Don't pull my hair. And Abdullah, he's, oh, no worry, baby, don't worry, champ, I got it, no worry. And goddamn it, the first thing he does, soon as Austin hit the ring, reaches and grabs a handful of his hair, pulls it right out.
Let's
we
see.
were talking about that, me and Austin Island. I mean, that's been 20, I'm sure 20 years ago, maybe longer. But I remember that. And I mean, and Austin, he said, yeah, he said, that's the first thing he did. Grab my hair and pulled it out.
Gee. Ouch. Michael saying, do y'all know the tag team, The Revival? I do. I haven't kept up with them lately, but I do know The Revival. Teddy, you know who they are?
No.
Yeah. They're kind of a little bit of a throwback, but I know who you're talking about. Chad is, thank you both so much for this podcast. It's awesome to be able to hear your stories and pick your brains a little bit. And we appreciate you guys popping in here. That's about, that's the only thing I can tell you. We appreciate that. Mick, Teddy, do you feel Mark Marrow could have done more in WWF? I honestly liked his marvelous Mark persona when Jackie was managing him.
Well, I don't know. That would whatever he did in WWF was, that's totally left up to Vince. So they may have could have did more with him. I just don't know. I really don't know.
Let's see. I'm trying to get through as many of these, and I can throw some up on the screen because I'm just trying to save us a little bit of time because we're going to get cut off here. Question for both of you: what is the best feud of all time, in your opinion? That's from Chad Driggers. I bet Teddy and I say the same thing. Go ahead, Teddy.
I think we won't because I'm going to say Kevin Sullivan and Chris Benoit. God rest their souls.
Wow. Yeah, my favorite feud would have probably been Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and the series of matches they had. A good guy versus the bad guy and total different lifestyles. I love that storyline. And to this day, still one of the best series of matches you'll ever see. I see Wolfpack saying JCW. Chad Driggers is I started Abby's GoFundMe after his stroke. Man, I'm sure that family appreciates that too. And Teddy and I.
How does anybody know how he's doing now?
I haven't seen anything recently, Teddy, and I was just about to say that. I when he brought that up, it's like I don't recall seeing anything recent because the last time you and I discussed it was the last time I've heard anything, and that's when I showed you a picture of him in the hospital, and he looked like he's had better days, and I'm certainly hoping that everything's fine. Jason Simmons, hope you guys are doing well and had a great Memorial Day. I was traveling on Memorial Day, so it wasn't bad, but I would rather have been home sitting in a chair somewhere. Mick saying Benoit versus Sullivan was classic. And that's the last one of the night. Okay, Teddy, we are going to run out of time within just a couple minutes here. So give me a name or a question tonight of somebody that you want to send that cap
I
to.
tell you what, let's send that hat to Nick, the guy that says he wanted to wear it when he's
on his show.
You're
You're talking about Mick, okay? All right,
Yeah.
Midman Mick, flying planes and riding trains, I'm sure. Brother, just send me your contact information, where to send that to, because you know how to get in touch with me, because we talk already. So if you
Yeah.
will, send me that information. I'll make sure that hat gets out in this week's mail, because I got another hat from last week that's got to go, or 2 weeks ago, that's got to go out as well. So, all right, Teddy, I've enjoyed it, man. And thank you so much, guys, for being in the room and asking so many questions. I like the show so much more when it's just you guys asking questions and Teddy and I just bouncing off of them. Sometimes we come in here and talk about the news if it needs to be, addressed. But honestly, talking to you guys makes this so much fun. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. All right. We'll be back here again next week, same time, same place, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday nights. I'm Mac Davis. That's WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. And of course, this is Road Trip After Hours. We hope to see you again next week.